signed integers. It is very important that every participant should actually solve the problem herself or himself. Problem using herself, the materials, or himself, like red plugs and green plugs, or counters of two different colors, which you can make by cutting squares of paper and coloring them with a sketch pen or a coloring pencil. So here we are using green plugs for positive integers and red plugs for negative integers. The activities and the approach that we are using is available on the website of the Non-Numeracy Learning Foundation, which is one of the participating organizations of the Everybody Can Do Math Collective. And there, in that website, if you click on Universal Active Mathematics, and further you will find the handbook on signed integers, where everything that we are doing today is discussed, and there are some more problems that you can solve. It is very important that you actually solve the problems yourself, and through self-study, this is how you will learn about signed integers, handling signed integers. We saw in the previous session that addition is putting into our account. So addition was 2, I've put in 2, plus means again adding 2. This is 2 plus 2, which is, as we know, 4 positives. It is positive 4. Positive 2 plus positive 2 is positive 4. Now, subtraction is the reverse of addition. When I do addition, I have nothing to begin with. Then I put the numbers which I am adding. This is positive 2 plus positive 2. And I end up, my answer is what I end up with, which was positive 4. Now, I could do it with negative plugs, negative numbers. So this is negative 2 plus negative 1, and the answer is negative 3. This is what we saw in the last session. We start out with nothing and we end up with something when we do addition. Now, when we do subtraction, we start out with something from which we remove. Subtraction is taking away. So, if I start out with 3, then this is 3 minus positive 3 minus positive 1. Minus means taking away. I'm using the word minus for that. And I'm using negative to show the negative number which I'm taking away. So, negative 3 minus negative 1 is negative 2. Sorry, this was positive 2 minus positive 1 is positive 2. I'll repeat that. Positive 3 minus positive 1, that is positive 2. Let us start out with negative 3. Negative 3 minus negative 1. The answer is here in the account, that is negative 2. So now, are we ready to solve some problems? I'm going to write the problem on a piece of paper and you have to make it in your account. The first problem is and the answer is
positive 4.
Positive 4. This is a first standard problem. The next problem is and what answer do we get?
Positive 1.
Can you explain how you got positive 1?
We have had positive 3, we removed positive 2 and we are left with positive 1.
Right. That also was easy. Now I'm going to give a problem for which you will have to think a little bit. You start out with the number, you remove first number you start out with. From this number you remove the second number and your answer is what you are remaining left with. Okay, now let me give you a problem for which you may have to think a little bit. So Gyanjyoti, can you explain what is your answer?
Negative 2.
Negative 2. How did you get negative 2? Show me what you did. You started out with
Negative 3 minus negative 1 is equal to negative 2.
Negative 2, right? You had negative 3 red plugs, minus negative 1. That means you take away one red plug. You are left with 2 red plugs, which is negative 2. Alright, now the next problem also you'll have to think a little bit. From 0, I have to subtract positive 1. How did you do it? Start out with 0.
We have 0 and we are removing the positive 1, so we are left with negative 1.
That's right. You made a 0. 0 means nothing, but 0 can also mean 2 plugs. So you solve the problem by making 0 with 1 positive and 1 negative. Now you have to remove 1 positive. You remove positive 1, you are left with negative 1. Okay? So now are you ready for the next problem? This problem is for Gyan Jyoti.
Negative 3.
Show me how you do it. Right?
We have 0, we take it out 3 positive, we have negative 3.
Very good. So from 3 zeros, you remove 3 positives and you are left with negative 3. So the answer 0 minus this is equal to negative 3. Okay. Are you ready now for our next problem? This problem is for Nandita. The problem is 0 minus, I put minus in the red sign because that's it. 0 minus negative 3.
The answer is positive 3.
Okay. Explain how you get positive 3.
We have 0. Now we remove negative 3. We are left with positive 3.
So 0 minus negative 3, the answer is positive 3. Very good. Are you ready to do some more problems? Now let us do plus 2 minus minus 2. Start out with plus 2. Now from that, you have to remove negative 2. How? From 0 you remove negative 2. And you got?
Negative 2. Positive 2.
Positive 2. Now from 2, you have to remove negative 2 in the same way. Remember how you removed from 0, how you removed negative 2. So in the same way, can you remove negative 2 when you have two positives in your... Let's repeat what you had done earlier. Let's start out with 0. From 0, can you remove negative 2? And the answer is?
Positive 2.
Positive 2. Now instead of 0, supposing you start out with 1, positive 1. I want to remove, I have an account whose value is positive 1. But it doesn't mean that I have only one plug there. I can have more than one plug. The value has to be positive 1. And I have to be able to remove negative 2. How will I do that? To remove negative numbers, I have to have negative numbers there. So, how can I keep the value of the account unchanged, but I can introduce negative numbers in the account, keeping the value unchanged? Okay, let me ask you the question. You have what is the value of your account, Gyanjyoti?
Positive 2.
Positive 2. Can you have an account with the same value, positive 2, but instead of 2 plugs, you have to have 4 plugs in your account?
We add 2 positive 2.
The value has to be positive 2. If you add 2 positive 2, let's see, add 2 positive 2. Now what is the value?
4 positive.
I don't want 4 positive. So remove the 2 plugs. I want the value to remain as positive 2. But there should be 4 plugs in your account. Okay, remove your, what is the value of your account? Now, what is the value of your account now? 0. Can you keep the value of your account 0, but now you should have 4 plugs in your account? But the value should be 0. How many plugs are there in your account now?
4.
But what is the value?
0.
Why? Because the plugs are all not of the same color, right? So what do you have?
0.
Yeah. How many plugs of each color? Tell me.
2 negative plugs of red color and 2 positive plugs of green color.
So you have 4 plugs, but the value is 0, right? Now keep your account clear. Can you have an account with value 1, but there should be 4 plugs in your account? There should be 5 plugs in your account. There should be 5 plugs in your account. The value should be 1. What is the value of your account now?
5 positive.
I want value just 1 positive. But there should be 5 plugs. What is the value of your account?
1 positive.
1 positive. But how many plugs are there in your account now?
8.
8. I don't want 8 plugs. I want only 5 plugs in your account. but the value should remain as 1. So now how many plugs are there in your account?
4.
How many plugs are there in your account?
5.
5. And what is the value of your account?
1 positive.
1 positive. Okay. So you can make an account of any value in different ways. I can make an account of value 2 with 2 plugs, with 4 plugs, with 6 plugs, with 8 plugs. Right? So now I want you to solve this problem. Make an account with value positive 2, but you should be able to remove 2 negatives. So what is the value of your account now? 0. I want an account with value positive 2. So what do I need to do? No. Leave that as 0. Okay. I want an account with value positive 2. How will you do it? Okay. And from this now, can I remove negative 2? And what is your answer?
4
positive. Positive 4. Okay. So positive 2 minus negative 2, the answer is
positive 4.
positive 4. Shall we do one more example? Okay. Positive 1 minus positive 4. Nandita, can you do this? Positive 1 minus,
We have positive 1 over here.
right,
We are removing positive 4 and we are left with negative 3.
negative 3. Okay. Very good. Ganjyoti, are you ready for the next problem? All right. Positive 3 minus negative 2. What is the value of your account?
Positive 1.
Yeah, but you want to start with positive 3. You want to start with positive 3. So starting with positive 3, I want to remove negative 2. And the answer is
Positive 5.
positive 5. Okay, very good. Positive 5. Okay. Now, are we ready to go to the next problem? The next problem is negative 3 minus positive 2. Nandita?
It would be -5.
Why?
Because if we have, right now we have -3. If we remove +2, we are left with -5.
So you made -3 and 2 zeros, right? And then from those 2 zeros you removed +2. So that left -2. So that -3 and -2 gave you -5. Alright? Janjyoti, next problem is for you. -3 minus -2 minus, start out with -3 minus -2. Minus -2 means, minus means you have to remove. So the answer is
-1
how did you get -1?
-3 minus -2 is equal to -1.
So what did you do?
-1.
Say the plugs.
-3 red plugs minus -2 red plugs is equal to 1 negative red plug.
Right. So you started with 3 red plugs, you removed 2 red plugs because it was minus -2, and you are left with 1. You are left with 1 red plug, which is -1. So now let's see all the various cases. We had different examples. We had I'll write down all the various examples that we did one by one. Now you have to do those in your mind. Are you ready? First one was +3 minus +2. Gyanjyoti?
+1.
+1. Next question is also for Gyanjyoti. +3 minus -1.
+2. +2.
Do it. Not plus -1. What you just did was plus -1. Now we're doing minus. From +3 you have to remove -1. How will you do it? I will have to how can I create an account which has -1 in it, but the value is +3? I do it by introducing
0.
Introduce the 0. No, leave that as it is. Now add a 0 to it. Add a 0. You added -1. Add a 0. Make a 0 in your hand. Make a 0 in your hand. Show me. That's not 0. How do you make a 0? Leave what is there in your account as it is. In your hand, make a 0. So that's a 0, right? Can you make another 0 in your hand? Okay, so I can add 1 0, I can add 2 zeros, it's not going to make any difference, right? So okay, now add 1 0 to your account. What is in your hand? What is in your hand? Add it to your account. What is the value of your account?
Four positive and one negative.
Which is?
Three positive.
3 positive. Add 1 more 0. What is the value of your account?
5 positive and 2
No, I only want the value. I don't want
3 positive.
3 positive. Add 1 more 0. What is the value of your account?
3 positive.
It doesn't change. No, I can keep adding zeros and the value of the account will not change. Okay. So now do this problem. Let's start again. Do this problem. Positive 3. Start out with positive 3. Have only positive 3 in your account. Keep all your zeros out. Okay. Now from this, I have to remove negative 1. So to remove negative 1, I will have to add what into your account?
3 positive.
You have 3 positive. I don't want to change the value of the account. Make another account which has the same value of 3. Leave that there. Now what is the value?
6 positive.
I don't want 6 positive. I want 3 positive. So remove that.
3 positive.
No, remove that. I want the value of the account to remain as 3 positive. But I want you to change that account, keeping the value the same. आता तिथे त्याचं व्हॅल्यू किती आहेत?
3 positive.
3 रुपये. बरोबर आहेत? त्याचं व्हॅल्यू 3 रुपये ठेवून मला एक लाल प्लग पण दिसलं पाहिजे तिथे, पण व्हॅल्यू 3 असायला पाहिजे. आता एक लाल प्लग दिसतो, पण व्हॅल्यू काय आहे? 2. व्हॅल्यू बदललं. 3 ठेवून व्हॅल्यू 3 ठेवून एक लाल प्लग दिसलं पाहिजे. कसं करणार? ते लाल प्लग काढा. आता व्हॅल्यू किती आहेत? 3 पॉझिटिव्ह. आता त्या अकाउंटमध्ये एक लाल प्लग दिसलं पाहिजे, पण व्हॅल्यू 3च राहिलं पाहिजे. म्हणजे तुम्हाला काय टाकावं लागलं तिथे? काय टाकलं की व्हॅल्यू बदलणार नाही? तर 0 टाका. आता एक लाल प्लग दिसतो तिथे. व्हॅल्यू किती आहेत? 3 पॉझिटिव्ह आहेत ना. तुम्ही जितके झिरोज टाकलं व्हॅल्यू नाही बदलणार, व्हॅल्यू 3च राहणार. तर आता व्हॅल्यू किती आहेत? 3 पॉझिटिव्ह. आता तिथून तुम्ही एक निगेटिव्ह तुम्ही काढू शकतात. आता व्हॅल्यू किती आहेत? 4 पॉझिटिव्ह. लक्षात आलं? अजून एक करूया. ओके. नाउ लेट्स ट्राय. आय एम गोइंग टू गिव्ह यू अ प्रॉब्लेम. त्याचं उत्तर positive 5. So now, how did you do it?
Positive 3 minus negative 2 equal to positive 5.
Positive 5. Okay, all right. Are you ready for one more problem? The next problem is
negative 5.
negative 5, right? So to remove positive 2, we add 2 zeros, remove positive 2, leaving 2 red plugs extra, which means negative 5. Now, shall we try some problems without plugs, just thinking about it? Okay, I'm going to write them here, one by one. Nandini?
0.
0.
Seven positive.
This is minus. Do it with plugs. Do it with plugs. Start out with plus 3. And I have to remove 4. So I will introduce 1. You have to remove, not add. From there you have to remove 4. Okay, now can you remove 4? 4 positives? And what is remaining?
1 negative.
Negative 1. So the answer is?
1 negative.
Negative 1. Very good. Nandita?
Negative 1.
Negative 1. Janjoti?
0.
0. Before I even showed it to you, you knew the answer, right? Minus 3, rather negative 3 minus negative 3 is 0. Now the next question is also for you. We had done positive 3 minus positive 4 is negative 1. Okay, now I'm going to give you a problem. You might have to use plugs. If you want to use plugs, you can use plugs. Minus 3, negative 3 minus negative 4.
One positive.
Very good. How did you do it?
Negative 3, 0, minus negative 4 is positive 1.
Positive 1. Very good. So is equal to positive 1. So now with a little bit of practice, we see how to subtract negative integers. You can do it in your mind, and you can go to the website, and there are more problem sets on the website. So with this, we have understood how to subtract negative integers. From here we go